Start out by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Baruch HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone for teaching me His truth, His fullness, and His sincerity. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua, the hopefully lit that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and salutations to the hopefully lit that are scattered abroad. It's the brother Akama one coming to you again today with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Um, just really inspired by, you know, um, Apostle Ramlah's lesson, really just going into the part of saying we gonna win. We're gonna win, man. It's like, those are the hopefully lit. Yeah, we we got the mindset of a winner, you know, because the thing about it is continuing to be, you know, occupied in prophecy and focused on the main agenda, which is salvation, man. Everybody walking around in the earth, they don't. I mean, they ain't worried about no salvation. Let alone they don't even, a lot of them don't even know what salvation is about or what it means, you know. And basically, is the greatest thing that you could receive as being a human entity in this earth today. You know, that's being one of the Israelites anyway. Uh, because you can't receive salvation unless you are of the seed line of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites. And so, really, I was just inspired, man. Just thinking about, all it can be a thing of what you look at the carnal things of this earth when you're not considered to be, winning on this winning stage, or the different accolades of from the, if you were one that was in the streets, or you the music industry, and so on, whatever in your career, and you never received accolades. Well, if you did, but those we know that those things are they're carnal, they're carnal things, and really, man, it's like I'm grateful to have received the vision, the real clear vision, the real understanding of the scriptures, you know the Bible, you know, and really just reflecting off that, man, just to be able to win salvation. So, well, it ain't even a thing about so much as winning, it's about the receiving end of it. Because basically, just like you received this truth, you know, by the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, you didn't win it. It was given to you, you know. Like He chose you, you didn't choose to win. He chose you with the potential to be able to win, you know, as being one of the potential, hopefully, lit. So, man, just thinking about uh that, going to book of Second Esdras, uh, chapter 15. Just start at the beginning, and it reads, "Behold, speak thou unto Selachus, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." You see, I mean, just like what I'm saying right now, that's prophetic. You know, the whole envisioning of being able to be saved, at that point from the destruction that's gonna go on here in the daughter of Babylon, man, and various parts of the earth. Uh, to be up, beamed up into one of the chariots, to be able to look down upon the destruction on the chariots, man, and realize, you know, where at that point where you're at and where you could have been potentially, and that's just like me sitting here talking to you right now. That's me. It's like I've had visions of myself being there in the chariot looking down, man. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a blessing in itself for the Lord to even put that in your spirit. You know, so really that's gotta speak these things, and then you gotta speaking these things out. Somebody's gonna receive it. I mean, it might be one, might be 100, might be 1,000, but just being able to reach somebody, that hopefully the Lord wants to quicken their spirit, you know, be through using me as a vessel. I'm very honored to that, you know, to be able to speak this truth and sincerity, you know, and reads on which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. Yeah, just like what he put he putting putting this scriptures in my mouth, man, in my mind, for me to be able to speak it, to and know what I'm talking about, you know, because he gave me the ability to understand, the just like as I prayed for, you know. But again, I mean, them prayers they went up, but that don't mean that he was gonna give it to me. But he did what he seen fit to do, and I'm very grateful for it again, as I say, man. The water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Just read that again. Start at the top again. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Yeah, man, that's you know written on the paper right here. Got the book, got the other book, the King James Bible over there. You know, that's one in the whole though, one in the same. And so it's to be able to 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 read this scripture, and again, man, just having understanding is it speaks volumes, man. It's really it's unexplainable. I just use the word as being grateful that by Hashem Yahushua chose me to do the work. You know, it's like the Apostle Ramla said. Earlier I was watching the video, and he was just like, you might have your part of the work. It might be this big. You know, somebody else it might be this big, and then just off the charts might be a work for another brother. But over and all, you know, whatever your portion is your portion. You know, to try to exceed over that and trying to come out of your own belly, trying to, stress the doctrine how you want it to be, then you're gonna be out of order. Just remain humble, man, and let the Lord lead you and work through you. That's all you have to do, you know, and just be grateful that He chose you for to utilize you for what He's giving you, and as you grow. And so, in that saying too, go to 15, chapter 15 and 3 reads, "Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." That's them people that's them naysayers. You got people, man. This is a big thing. You got people in the world, they live in a certain life, living a lavish life, hood rich life, you know, the accolades is high, you know, got big land, big cars, you know, big bag of money, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They think they on the level. Those are corner blessings though, man. They thinking, they saying they say, I thank God did it, but in reality, man, you don't even know who the Lord is. 'Cause you're not calling him by his true name, which is Yahweh, and the son being Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? And when you calling on the Lord, you use, as you say, Yahweh Bahashem, Bahashem meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai is whom the world ignorantly calls JC. So, for those who know and to know that JC is an abbreviation for what the world ignorantly calls the Hamashiach. But yeah, that's that. Incredulity just don't allow people that are in the world to discourage you. You know, to they're gonna doubt, but you can't let that discourage you because like Apostle Ramlan was saying earlier in the video, man, that it's like like the scriptures say we are in the world, but we are not of the world. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand and be able to distinguish the difference of that because you're gonna be it might be a brother or you know or a sister over here, whatever person they over here they walking down the same road you on physically, but spiritually they not on the same road and terrain that you traveling. You know what I'm saying? It's like what you going through in your walk, which is the straight and narrow, you know, and the wide paved road, roughly paraphrasing, is the road to destruction. And that's the path that so many people are choosing to follow, but yeah, because it's not because of their own will, it's because of the will of the Lord, because He got some people going down that path because that's their destiny. They're destined for destruction. There's like 2/3 of our people, and with these heathens, it's gonna be a remnant, of the heathen, of course, to being the first fruits of captivity. Um, once this daughter of Babylon is destroyed, you know, this 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 kingdom. Once this kingdom is destroyed, man, and Yahushua, he on his way back, man. You know, like you seeing the prophecies. It's like they running out the pages, man. You steadily see it and seeing how it's moving, how the spirit is moving through the earth all day. I'm talking about judgment. I'm talking about all the current events that you can sit back and talk about. It's all biblical prophecy, man. Everything that's happening, that's showing on your TV in front of your two eyeballs is biblical prophecy, man. Yeah, so it's really one of them things, man. So where you just pray to the Lord to be able to remain diligent. Matter of fact, go get that scripture. Been on my head a couple of times, the last couple of lessons. Uh, let me see. Select it in 1 second. That's Second Peter 1:10, when it reads, wherefore the other brethren keep Salakia, start that off. Wherefore the rather brethren give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail. You know. So it's like you gotta fight through the ties, man. You gotta go blow for blow. As these things come to you, you gotta be able to endure. And you do that through prayer, repetitious prayer, man. You know, um, also, you gotta need to fast, and so you gotta make the body subjected to suffer. It's like being in this thing. It's like the apostle Gabar said. Once a video I was watching, it's like he was talking about this thing. When you come in this thing, man, you're gonna have to suffer. You know, just like if you when you look at the whole situation with Yahushua with his walk when he was on the earth and what he was going through, he was suffering, man. He went through a lot, you know. So when you look at yourself and you feel like that you know you feeling yourself, just that's the whole part of being remaining humble, man. Because understand that you're gonna have to go through some things to get to a thing. If that makes sense. You're gonna have to go through some things to get to a thing, and that thing is salvation into the kingdom, man. So, you just really when you got it in mind like that, man, and asking the Lord to just keep your mind, keep the spirit on you, you know, and to just remain focused on the goal point, you know, just really just think about the whole thing, just like as a subject matter is, man, winning, man. We trying to stay on the road to winning. I think that's what I learned this lesson. Staying on the road, praying to stay on the road to win. Yeah, praying to stay on the road to win, man. 'Cause that's what we doing, man. We trying to remain on the road to win, man. And the ultimate win is being rewarded salvation, man. You know. And so, yeah, this that I get on here, man. Give some, spread some edification, spread some motivation, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, uh, and with that, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Yahushua double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth and this fullness and sincerity. Shalom to the hopefully lit that are scattered abroad. DTA and Abba Baba.